Hi guys, and welcome back to season 2-ish, if you like, of Timberborn. This one we're going to be using the good old iron tooth beavers. These guys are a little bit more industrial and therefore build sort of a little bit better and a little bit different to the folktales. These are more sort of heavy industry focused and a lot of stuff like that. So we'll get ourselves started. Number one, you want some water. Now the best thing about these is these guys have a deep water pump. It has a depth of 6, which means if we go fill up a big hole like this pump will be able to reach the bottom, whereas the folktales was a little bit shallower. I think it has a depth of 2, which doesn't really get to where you want to go. It leaves you a little bit short, and therefore you can't maximize your gains from sort of deep lakes and deep rivers and stuff, just because you just simply can't reach the bottom. But these guys, the iron teeth, work wonders for that. So just get them set up on the basics, get a gatherer's flag down, get a water pump, and get some lumberjacking flags out. And I just want to have a look around this map. So I noticed straight away we've got a water source right here, right next to us, which is pretty handy. And that shoots around this way, comes down here, drops in this, pulls back this way, and then it comes to a fork. And looks like the water is flowing down, so round here, a long way round, that goes to the end of the map. Okay, cool. And the other way, what's happening this way? This way, we go back round our main island, and we go up, 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 up. Oh, we've got another water source. Okay, that's going to be interesting. So we've got 2 water sources available to us. Is there anything else hidden away anywhere in the corners? Doesn't look like it. I'm not going to have a massive search, but yeah, so 2 water sources available. One right on top of us, which we could maximize as much as we can. We dam this off. It means that all this will back up and get a little bit higher. And likewise, it means that we can potentially make massive advantage of all of this, because it's not going to be affected by what we do to this water source. This is the terraced map, if anybody is wondering. So it's, yeah, it's quite a big place, really. Look at it. It's quite huge, quite substantial, so could be interesting. There's a lot of room for forming the land, with this being as high as it is as well. There's a lot of room to dynamite big holes into this to store a lot of water. But the iron tooths, what don't we have in the iron tooths? Well, power. We've got 2 different types of water wheels. We've got a small one and a large one, but we've also got an engine. So we don't have that wind power anymore. We do have an engine instead. It uses a log to burn 400 horsepower. That's pretty good. There's no beehive, but we didn't really maximize the usage of that anyway. While we're here though, we will slap a farm down, so that'll be helpful for us there. How these guys are looking. Get that water thing done, my friend. Get some storage out here as well. Go for 3. That should be plenty for us early game. Ah, lovely. What's our storage like here for logs? We've got 9 logs available, and this takes 25. So we don't really even need to worry about building a log pile yet. But a log pile is different. This is a log pile with these guys. It is stackable as well, so that's a lot better than the folktales one. So the storage, we've only got the larger house. We don't have that super large one that goes underground, so resource management and balance and stuff like that is going to be a little bit tricky. And housing is very different. As for kids, now kids are made using a breeding pod rather than the beavers breeding. So you have to have a breeding pod down, and this takes berries and it takes water. It takes 2 berries and 2 water, I think, for the entire growth period of the child. So without breeding pods and without berries and water, you don't actually have a beaver colony. It's always useful to have those things there and try and keep on top of them as much as you can. A water pumper is a water pumpering. We might, I was going to say we'll get another one, but we don't want to rush too far. We've got 2 currently unemployed beavers. We can probably put 1 into the farm, and then what we will do is we'll go straight in for potatoes. The reason why I wish to go straight in for potatoes, actually, I don't even want to build that there either. But I want to go into potatoes because for every 1 potato that you grow, you get 4 cooked potatoes back when you go through the grill. That's what I'm saying. So there is a benefit. There is a massive benefit to use potatoes over carrots, just for the simple fact that the ratio return is better. And obviously you want to get good food early, go for potatoes. Plus, I think as well, give me a beaver. If we're going to food, grilled potatoes give us 30 strength. Carrots give us life expectancy, that's to be noted. But potatoes do give us strength. And when you're lumping logs around everywhere, strength is definitely what you're going to be needing. We'll just boop the hours up a bit for our working hours. We might as well get them working longer hours. There's not too much to stress them out just yet. We're just trying to establish early bases. So the more beavers we can get doing the early works, the better we're going to be. Likewise, we need to sort of establish ourselves first. We've got to get established, and then once we're established, then we can worry about narrowing down the working hours just to keep these guys alive a little bit longer. The idea here is I want to square off this for potatoes. So it gives us a nice little small chunk of potatoes. Takes 6 days to grow. That's nothing too crazy, actually. That's pretty good. So that'll be nice and dandy in there. We'll nick a beaver out of here for now. And we'll put him in here. Sorted. Is it gone for 2? Yeah, it's gone for 2. A little bit of lag going on, but nothing too stressful. But that'll get us potatoes planted. Waters are pumping. Buildings are being built. And we are going to be steadily established for a nice little community to start on the iron tubes on this interesting looking island. I am wondering what way we should go first. Whether we should go science first, or whether we should go for economy. I'm thinking if we've got a science building built, at least it's an option. We want to set our science place, our inventor's hut. We've got them at high priority because I've just realised if I don't get a forester and we eat through all these trees just building all this random stuff up, I'm not going to have any wood. And that, for a beaver colony, is very, very bad. I need wood, so I've got an inventor's hut down to get me the science because I need 60 science to build a forester's hut. Simple. I just need to crack on with it, really, and not get them too prioritised elsewhere. We're looking okay for kids and everything at the moment, though, so the birthing pods or the breeding pods can just chill for a minute. The water storage, I've got 2. One's currently just chilling, waiting to be built. Let's not run away with ourselves. Let's get the basics down first. Let's get this inventor's hut sorted. Then we can look at doing the water, and then we can look at damming it off. Or maybe I'll high prioritize one breeding pod. Inventor's hut is done. High prioritize one breeding pod so that we definitely have some way of getting some children, and then we'll prioritize the dams so that we can actually get some water and hold back the water, because I don't know when this drought's going to turn up. We still don't have any weather forecasting available just yet, but it'll be nice to see if we can just hold on to it a little bit longer. What we can do as well, actually, we can just knock out a farmer, because this is a small plot. They're like 25% currently grown, so they've got quite a way to go. So we can just knock down one of the farmers, put him back into the district centre. Logs is what we're missing now. I don't want to pump out many more lumberjacks just yet. Slight fear that we'll probably eat into it too much. The breeding pod is nearly finished. That'll be good for us. We just need one log. So I'm guessing here he comes on his way now. There you go. This is how you make babies. A weird little mixture of berry juice and water, and you eventually end up with babies. Why is it paused? Because they haven't got any berries. There you go, he's got his berries. Look at him, you can see the little guy in there. It's like the Matrix in a really messed up, freaky way. One damn piece is in place, already causing a bit of a stir for the water, which is lovely. It kind of makes it flow a little bit and it'll start to rise up, which will be handy for us. Quite a long way to go on that second damn piece. We're still waiting for the potatoes to grow. We're not quite halfway there yet, but it's getting there. Feels like it's a long slug for this, but we do have 2 unemployed, and we've currently got our beaver with a very slow breeding process going on in here. So he's growing. He's just taking his time. Can't rush perfection, right? As we wait, we are now 30 science. Just need another 30 more to go before we can unlock that forester, which will be really helpful for us. We will have enough logs, because these are pine trees. These are giving us 2 logs. So we'll have plenty of logs to do what we need to do, the dam especially. Just a case of slowly getting there. Our water is full. Got plenty of beavers. We have our dam. Our dam is in place. Our dam is complete. It's going to slowly push the water levels up a little bit. I mean, it's flowing really quick around there, which is going to be good for when we get to power. There's no massive rush now for the forester because we're 40 science. It's only 60. So we're as good as there, really. But we do need planks for the forester, I just noticed. We do need planks. So that's going to see us going into power. So the compact water wheel does about 40 horsepower. And the beaver wheel does 50 horsepower. And for a log, we need 50 horsepower. So what are we saying? Is it beneficial to have water just yet? Where's that other power wheel? That's 200 science. So this is where it's flowing fastest, other than right next to the dam. You know what? We'll put a wheel in here. Why not? We'll put a tiny little power wheel in here. Go this side. And then we will put our lumber mill in here. just so that we can get some logs. Beavers are actually munching through all of this. We might as well tell them to cut it all now so they can be happily nibbling away at that. And Forest's hut is basically going to go here anyway. It's going to put all the trees where these trees are at. We are 1 log away from completion of the second inventor's hut. Luckily, we've got a couple of lads bringing some logs in anyway, so they should be able to douche that down, and then they'll get the inventor's hut completed, and that will give our spare man somewhere to work. So he's going to be doing that, which is awesome. Crack on and get some more science coming in. There we go. We're now at 57 science. So the next bit of science that comes in will give us enough to tip us over to give us that forester's hut. Children, weirdly enough, I don't seem to have any. So this guy is taking his time to produce. Not entirely sure why that is. So we'll ask him to put our speed on the second breeding pod. If this is going to take this long, we need to have a good production of children, which is the weirdest sentence that I've said for a long time. We have power. Little Will is done. I was having a look at this. Sort of, it's been built overnight. I was having a look at it. The power outage dropped as low as 57. It went as high as 70. So there is a little bit of a fluctuation in this. But if it only drops as low as 57, that'll be perfect for us because we need 50 to power the lumber mill. But if it can keep up there, loads of 57, that'll be perfect for us. We won't have to worry too much about adding in a second power supply. The only problem is we don't actually have any planks just yet. So if I flump him down there, I wish the area of influence stayed, even though the building isn't built yet. That'd be really handy. Then I could see just how far down here the trees grow. And what I'm going to ask is I would like maples and chestnuts over here. Maples there and chestnuts here. Chestnuts here anyway. That'll keep them green. And then down here, this is where we want the birches. And then we're going to want some pines underneath here. Take it to the edge. Why not? Cram it full. So there we go. We'll have a little bit of a woodland. And then also we need to not cut down these trees because the maples and chestnuts are going to give it extra goodies, so we don't want to be wasting them too soon. Plus they'll take a long time to grow anyway, in all fairness. But we are kind of happy where we are now. We've got ourselves established ever so slightly. A little bit of a little base set up. We're starting to get potatoes in. I'd say we're in a good direction so far. If anything, I've probably set up a little bit too many trees to plant, but we'll worry about that next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy and see you again. Bye for now. Bye everybody.